Raider Nation, before I get into today's mailbag, I want you to make sure you set a reminder to come party with me and hang out with me at the Red Tail in Resorts World this weekend. I'm going to be doing a watch party with the Black Hole. It's 100% free to come to, but if you do want to get some extra drink deals or if you want to reserve your seats, go to theBlackHoleEvents.com. Use code Mitch to save 20%. If you can't remember that link, I'm going to put it in the comments and I'm going to put it in the description. I want to fill up this place. I want to impress them. I want to show Red Tail that we can really pack the house. So please, if you're going to be in Las Vegas, come on down. Let's have a good time. All right, what up, Bees? I'd rather sign Markel Lee. Well, Markel Lee is technically already on the team in terms of practice squad, but Lee, before some of his injuries, was a good player. But, I mean, we got to get Javen White healthy, Nicholas Morrow healthy, and once those guys are healthy, Markel Lee is going to be out of there. Let's go to Raider Forever JZT win. Feliz Cumpleaños. I know I don't say it right. My girlfriend always makes fun of me. Get him OBJ. So we had a viewer watching earlier who said it was his birthday. And, hey, if you want OBJ for a birthday present, go ahead and spam OBJ down in the comments. Another birthday from William Holmes. Today is my son Hilliam birthday. Can he get a shout-out? Oh, hopefully I pronounced that right. I am so bad with it. Halium? Halium? Dude, I'm sorry, I can't get it, but happy birthday. Everyone type HBD. Happy birthday, William. Thanks for, super chatting on the show. Let's go to Radaguff Productions. Let's get them both. OBJ and Deshaun Jackson solidifies the wide receiver core and sends a league-wide message. Well, as it stands right now, here's what the Raiders wide receiver depth chart looks like. Now, remember, I am recording this video on Tuesday. So if the Raiders do add OBJ, don't yell at me. All I'm saying is it would definitely help out the receiving unit. There's no doubt about that. I mean, if you had Bryan Edwards, Deshaun Jackson, Odell Beckham Jr., Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Foss Moreau, those are a lot of very talented pieces. I've gone on and said, though, I think OBJ ends up going to, the Packers. I think the Rams are a team to keep in mind, the Seahawks, the Saints, but the Raiders are at least in my top 5 in terms of Odell Beckham Jr. destinations. Also, much love to you, my dude. If you're in Las Vegas this weekend, I owe you at least a drink for a $50 super chat. Eva should use Mariota in the red zone this week. Thoughts? So should the Raiders use Mariota in the red zone this week? Yes, and I kind of said this before, where the Raiders were 1-6 this past weekend. I'm not just doing a knee-jerk reaction in terms of, the Raiders were 1-6 in the red zone, now you got to put in Mariota. No, this has been a problem this season, and it's been a problem the last 2 seasons before that. I'm not saying bench Carr. No, not absolutely. Derek Carr should still be out on the field for 95% of the snaps. All I'm saying is if there's a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, goal-to-go situation, and your offense isn't really being able to move the football through the air, then go ahead and run the ball, put Mariota out there. Yes, I am saying I want to see Mariota in the game at least a little bit more going forward. Where's the Mariota package? Now, who's going to be in Las Vegas this weekend? Y for yes and for no. Are you going to be in Vegas this weekend? If you are, let me know where you guys are going to be, because I'm looking to go somewhere Saturday night. I'm also planning on going to the Raider Image store on Saturday during the day to see if I can find myself a new Raiders jersey. But if you are looking for something to do on Sunday, I'm going to be at Red Tail in Resorts World from 3:20 to 9 o'clock at night. I'm going to be doing my watch party. We're going to have a tailgate party there. It's going to be 100% free to go to. So please tell your friends, tell your Raider friends, tell the family. If you're in Las Vegas, come on down. We're going to have a hell of a time, and I'm going to be putting people on the show. So if that means anything to you, then please come hang out with me. If you want to save some money on drinks, because believe it or not, drinks in general, Las Vegas is very expensive. You will save a ton of money by going to theBlackHoleEvents.com using code Mitch to save 20% off. If you do plan on coming and you have any questions about the place, hit me up on IG. I'm going to be accessible, but hopefully you guys come party with me and come party with the rest of the Raider Nation and the Black Hole group at Red Tail in Resorts World. The greatness of the Raiders. I rated Harrison on his KC channel. That's what's up. It was civil trash talk. Great speaker. Do you have a bet with him? And if so, what is it? So him and I do actually have a bet this week. It's who can actually get the more subscribers starting at the beginning of the week. So he runs 2 channels. He runs our Chiefs show and he runs our Bears show. And I actually lost the subscriber battle against him when we played the Bears. So and the Raiders lost to the Bears. So how about if you guys could just subscribe to the show? That way I don't have any more superstitions. That way we don't lose to the Chiefs. But I forget what it is, honestly, exactly. We have a few different bets. I know I have a bet with Tom for the Raiders against the Cowboys, where if the Raiders lose to the Dallas Cowboys, I got to wear a freaking Dallas jersey. Let's go to John Lord. Hootie Lord and OG Raider fan here. What up, my man? Anyone that wants to play and rep the Raiders and is all in, let's go. OBJ has to change his number, though. Absolutely. I mean, you're not going to take the GOAT number 13's number. If OBJ wants number 3, he can have literally any other number. He just can't have 13. What's up, RocksFlix? Updated worst Raiders draft pick, Russell, Arnett, or Ruggs. I mean, it's still Jamarcus Russell. Jamarcus Russell was and is the worst pick of all time. You taking a quarterback number 1 overall and then him being as bad as what he was, it's him. I'll probably throw in, I mean, out of those 3, it's then Damon Arnett, and then it's Henry Ruggs. And I understand what happened to Ruggs is terrible, but I'm not going to put that blame on the Raiders organization. It was a absolutely just terrible travesty and tragedy, and so, yeah, I'm not going to put that on them. Now, if you guys love the Las Vegas Raiders, if you bleed silver and black, if you want content every single day, then go ahead and subscribe to the Raiders Report. We are the #1 most watched Raiders channel on YouTube, and I am getting very close to 100,000 subscribers, so I've been saying it all week. If you haven't already, just sub, baby. All right, we got Jack Bishop. What up, Jack? Appreciate the giant super chat you sent in earlier, which is like $120. How about Raiders shields with Carr in the middle and Max and Walker, I think you mean Waller, next to him with all their arms folded? I think that would be sick. So the only reason why I'm going to go ahead and say no to this is because I am not going to do any players. And that sounds really terrible. I'm not going to make a Raiders player my Chucky head simply because you just never know what can happen in the world. And I don't want to have another situation where I'm sitting here like, all right, I got to change the shield or I got to change whatever. Whatever I pick next is going to end up being the rumor meter forever, and that's what I want. The issue with players, you never know what can happen. Guys also get traded, guys get released. And as much as I'm hoping that Max and Waller and Carr are going to be Raiders for life, the issue is the NFL is a business, and you never know, man. What up, Caleb? When is Mullen supposed to be back? So, as I am filming this video on Tuesday, there has not been an injury update. Also, the fact that we haven't really gotten an update on Mullen makes me a little bit worried. He was injured, I believe, in that Week 3 game, was put on IR. He is eligible to play, but I haven't heard much on him. I've talked to a few of the people inside the Raiders organization that I do talk to, and again, he's another player that's got a big old question mark around him. Him, Richie Incognito, Nicholas Morrow, not 100% sure when they're coming back, but they're also not trying to rush Mullen back because the long-term plan is to have him available for the end of the season and for the playoffs, hopefully. And you can say what you want about Brandon Faison. That boy's been stepping up. He's been playing pretty good. Let's go to Wide Lawn 14. Appreciate the super chat. It's pronounced Wild One 14. Are there any good possession wide receivers similar to Crabtree that could help us? Similar to Crabtree? No, I mean, you guys are looking for like the elite version of Michael Crabtree, not the end of his Raiders career Crabtree. I mean, if you guys are looking for a possession receiver, I still think John Brown is the best free agent receiver out there, not named Odell Beckham Jr., but I feel like John Brown just got claimed recently. I could be wrong by saying that, but it's probably Brown, and I don't really know. But the Raiders did work out on Tuesday, Marquise Lee, and they worked out Jaylon Strong. Yeah, John Brown just signed with the Jags, so that's out of the question. Let's go to Jerome W. Appreciate the super chat, Jerome. Thank you for showing us some love. What's up, Richard Williams? This is kind of weird. So my dad's name is Richard William Renz. If you guys want to Google him, you can go ahead and do so. But yes, Richard Williams, shout out for the super chat. I definitely appreciate you, showing some love. Wow, this is a hell of a name. NWG Stupid. Okay, which play has been the most improved? All right, so which play has been the most improved from the start of the season until now? I think I'm going to go that you mean player, but your name is Stupid, so I don't really know. Which player has been the most improved this season? I'm probably going to go ahead and say Andre James. I mean, I really love that Andre James the last 2 weeks has just been like, you know what, Mitch? F you and F everything that you said about me the first few weeks, because Andre James was by far the worst center in the NFL the first 5 weeks of the season. I'd probably even say the first 6 weeks of the season. Week 7 up against the Philadelphia Eagles, he had his best game of the year. And then this past week up against the Giants, he was elite. And I mean that. He played like a top 5 center in the NFL. If he keeps playing like that, dude, I will take L's every single day of the week for questioning Andre James. It seems like he just needed some more reps. It seems like he needed more time next to Alex Leatherwood. But ever since Leatherwood came in at guard and James stepped up his game, the Raiders' interior offensive line has been much, much better. So my answer to this is Andre James. Tony Collins, you're next up. What about Brian Poole? He just got released. Brian Poole was probably like one of my top free agent targets in the offseason because he could do so many things and he was an elite inside corner. Then he tore his Achilles, I believe, and since then, dude, it's been hands off. He's been bouncing around from team to team. He was on the Saints, and then what? He literally just got released, I believe today on Tuesday, from the Patriots. So, like, I'm sorry. I think at this point, when you see the amount of teams that have decided to release him, he's not 100% healthy, and I'm going to go ahead and say no to Brian Poole. If you guys want to let me know whether or not you would go swimming in the pool, type S for swim or type no for no diving. All right, y'all, what's your favorite Thanksgiving Day food? I love Thanksgiving, and in terms of like being able to hang out with my family, though, I will say I haven't been able to hang out with my fam since I started working here at Chat Sports, but that is part of the business, part of working with sports, and I am excited to be doing a watch party on Thanksgiving when the Raiders hopefully take down the Dallas Cowboys. But I love sweets, and it's like pecan pie, I like pumpkin pie, I like key lime pie, like that's what I go to. I will say I had a deep fried turkey, which was really, really good. But my family, I mean, we eat whatever the hell we want usually for Thanksgiving. My grandmother, I can remember, you know, she's an Italian woman, and I can remember like walking into the house and it's just like noodles hanging from the ceiling, and she'd made all her own pasta. And I love to eat. I'm gonna take my grandmother's homemade pasta over just about anything. So like, that's what my family eats on Thanksgiving. But hey, let me know what you guys got. Ghetto Pat says queefs. So that's an interesting thing to eat on Thanksgiving. We got seedy lamb chops. All right, I actually really like that. I might make that a t-shirt. We got dressing, deviled eggs, mashed potatoes, gumbo. Keep them coming. What's your favorite food on Thanksgiving Day? You're nothing. Well, ouch. Let M play. Let DC play, but use the money you spend to get some honey wins. But let them play. Let them both play. I mean, that is a lot going on right there. So I agree. I do want to see a little bit more out of Marcus Mariota. He's got 3 carries, 41 yards, 2 first down rushes this year. But you got to be better in the red zone. And if you are struggling to be able to throw the ball because you don't have Ruggs, yes, put in Mariota. Let's go to Dark Side Chevy. How about Just Win Baby inside the Raider shield? So, like, actually, the Just Win Baby graphic that somebody made me is literally a baby that says Just Win Baby inside of a Raider shield. Like, that's what it would end up being. So if anybody votes for Just Win Babies, that's what it's going to be. So I'm just letting y'all right now. Let's go to JT Douglas. How about Snake Icon for Chucky Head since Stabler was the truth, or the name Al in a shield? So I can't do Al in a shield because it's actually trademarked by somebody, which is why I wasn't able to do that. In terms of Ken Stabler, you're not the first person to bring that one up, but I was told by my company if I'm going to do an old player name, it was between Stabler, there was also, and then it was Bo, because Bo knows. The issue was Bo knows didn't get voted for. People didn't vote for the Jano kegs, and not enough people had the Stabler. But I let people submit what they wanted, and Stabler was mentioned a few times, but it wasn't in the top 8. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and hit me up on Instagram, you got to go ahead and do so at Mitchell Renz 365. I do try to keep you guys up to date with my IG. It's not literally just pictures of me, though I do post pictures of me, my girlfriend, what I do outside of work, and also my dog Chuck. There's definitely stuff there. And I'm probably going to be posting some stuff of what Sam and I are going to be doing in Las Vegas this weekend at Red Tail. But I also do try to post updates, whether it's on my Twitter or on my IG, of breaking news that happens around the Raiders really quick. Now, I do make videos, but I also post updates on my IG and on my Twitter. So a lot of times before I make a video. So stay up to date. Give me a follow on IG, Mitchell Renz 365, and I do answer my DMs. What's up, Nick? Do you think Trayvon was a good pick? You're talking about Merrick. I do. And I think Merrick is a all-around great safety who has a lot on his plate every single game. And sure, he might not be having the season that some people were hoping for, but being in a Gus Bradley system where you're expected to play that center field type of role at safety, there's a lot to be able to digest. There's a lot to be able to just absorb, and I think he's done a good job. And for a rookie type of player, I mean, think about how much better the Raiders secondary has been. Think about how many deep plays the Raiders have given up this year. Not many. And I do think that it's a lot of credit, obviously, to Casey Hayward on one side, the pass rush of the Raiders, but also on Merrick. Because a lot of times in Bradley's system as that center fielder, you don't always get credited for having all these stats. You're just basically put in situations where people aren't supposed to throw your way. So I actually think Merrick's been doing a good job. So I have been seeing some people hate on him a little bit, which I don't think is very fair. What up, Mike? You're next up here on the Raiders Report. Also, we have more likes than viewers, so that's kind of cool. All right, so should the Raiders get wide receiver Drake London from USC in the draft? Now, I know I've said before that I haven't done a lot of research in terms of overall players, but I do know that Drake London is an absolute stud. He is one of my top 5 wide receivers. If the NFL draft were to start today, I don't know if he would go in the first round, but he would be one of my top 5 receivers. The issue is this. I do not anticipate the Raiders taking a receiver in the draft. I anticipate them taking, well, I shouldn't say in the first round. I see them going with the offensive line. I see them going with the defensive tackle, depending on who's available. But this answer can change depending on injuries, this and that. But Drake London is an absolute stud. Let's go to Doug Kendall. Would Travis Fulgham be worth a look at? So Travis Fulgham is a hell of a story. He's a hell of a player, and I thought he did a phenomenal job last season with the Philadelphia Eagles. Was absolutely shocked that he didn't make their final 53-man roster. Instead, they decided to keep J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, but that was more to do with the draft capital. I think Fulgham's a good player. The issue is this. I think the NFL also figured him out rather quickly. He reminds me a lot of a Keelan Doss type of player where he doesn't have a lot of athletic ability, but he's a good receiver. If I wanted a player like Fulgham, I would just rather go out and get Keelan Doss.